Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Babbling Burrow. My name is Daylick Musical, and today we are joined by PatissiShifon. Shifon, say a little bit about yourself.
Yahoo! I am your fluffy magical girl, Cream Puff Bunny. I serve I serve up sparkles, sweets, and smiles. So let's have some fun today.
Yes, yes.
That's my wife.
Ah,
Please forgive me for messing up so early.
it's okay. Right, so we're just gonna be talking about VTuber designs today, because I know that you ended, and so did I. So I thought this would be a perfect topic to talk about. So I guess to kind of get started off, the question that I have first: where did the inspiration for the core ideas slash theme of your model?
Oh well, most of the idea for this kind of came from an adopt that I bought. That I bought a while ago. It was a cream puff unicorn, and she had these really cute buns, and she had like these like little cream sections everywhere. It looked really fluffy and cute, and I don't know, I was feeling the itch. I've always loved bunnies, and I kind of wanted to do something fun with it. To be honest, I wanted something that matches what I think I am, my sweet side and my fun side, versus what I was before. You know.
Yeah, yeah, because I kind of had like the similar situation where like I was like, oh yeah, I dress goth in real life, so why don't I have a model that dresses gothy too? Like, well, it's not. It doesn't express me. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I mean, you've gone through so many changes, so, like,
Jeez,
you had to
out
settle
me,
on something
out,
fun.
out, out me to the
I
public.
mean, it's not a secret, it's not a secret. This is model number,
er,
like, 3 or
er,
4,
erm,
at
erm,
least.
uh, erm. Anyways, anyways, alrighty. Did you have any artist, media, or real? Any
See, I passed it on
real?
to you.
You did. Uh, did you have any artist, media, or real world references to influence the concept of your model?
Oh, 100%, 100%. I've always been a super big fan of magical girls, and one of my favorite growing up was Tokyo Mew Mew, except it was on 4Kids, so it was called Mew Mew Power. I was obsessed. I loved Pudding. She was like my favorite little monkey girl. She was so cute.
Yeah.
But when I so I was a little bit of a weeb when I was in like upper
You're
elementary
still a
slash
weeb.
middle school. I am still a weeb, and I read the manga, and I still have uh I think I still have one of the volumes. It's the story. It's called Tokyo Mew Mew a la mode, and it introduces this third, or not third, but I think there's like sixth, because there's 5 of them, right? So like she's number 6, and her name is Mew Berry, and she is a cream looking bunny cat girl. She's got the
Oh.
bunny ears, and she's blonde, and she's super fiery, and I've always loved her, and I think that's where my love of bunny girls come from, is from Mew Berry.
Yeah. My gosh, wow. Freaking, I'm over here like a weeb. Like, I like magical stuff, don't get me wrong, but I'm stereotypical and it's only Sailor Moon.
Oh,
the
I
the
I
basic.
consume every single piece of Magical Girl media that I can get my grubby little hands on.
Heck
I
yeah.
still need to find a way to watch Precure, because that's like the longest running Magical Girl series like, ever.
Peace is long like.
Well, I mean, they go through their like generations and stuff like that. They have their many different like seasons, and like they have also, after a certain amount of seasons, they'll have like a crossover movie where they'll have all these different girls from their different respective seasons fighting against these evil guys.
Gosh. So
It's
like the Power Rangers crossovers where like the old Power Rangers and
Yeah,
come back. Oh, okay, gotcha,
you
gotcha.
could kind of compare it to Power Rangers. They did actually release side tangent. They released one of the seasons on Netflix called it was like Glitter Force.
Oh, I've watched
It was
that.
English. Yep, that's Precure.
Oh my god, I've
That's one of the
watched
seasons
that.
of
What the
Precure.
heck?
Mhm. I did too. I didn't like it.
I didn't either.
Well, that's because I didn't like the English dub. So,
Okay, fair.
English dubs suck
Yeah, it
in my
did
opinion,
not.
but
It did not hit like it was. So how did you decide on your character's backstory?
oh my gosh, I didn't even think about this that much, but I figured, okay, well, if I'm inspired by Tokyo Mew Mew and they actually run a little patisserie cafe as well, like it's like a magical cafe kind of. But I was thinking like, oh, well, I could serve magical sweets because I'm a cream puff. And also, I was thinking, well, why would she turn into a cream puff bunny in the first place? And I was kind of just shooting around ideas in my head until I landed on that there was a whipped cream demon that attacked, and uh, yeah, and
On
I
whipped
just
cream.
through the power of friendship and sweets and everything like that, it just came upon me. Hmm. Oh shit.
No, it is. It is. Okay, thank.
Okay, we're gonna cut that out. We're gonna cut that
We're
out.
gonna cut that. Cut that. Okay. So
I mean,
did
oops.
yeah, uh, did you consider an emotional tone that you wanted the model to convey to viewers when
I wanted it to be instantly super sweet and fun. Um, One of my friends actually said that I reminded them low key of, I think they said it was Polka from Hololive.
Oh, yeah.
With her like circusy kind of fun, energetic. Because I like to think I'm fun and energetic sometimes, and a little bit feisty
Mhm.
at other times.
Yep.
So that's the kind of vibe that I was going for. Nothing too like super sweet. Nothing overly like not me, because
Mhm.
that was the problem with my old persona, is that it wasn't how I imagined myself necessarily.
Yeah, definitely felt the same. Like, it was just, hey, I'm, just trying something out, just doing something. And then, I was like, oh, well, I'm going through this rough patch. Let's go emo. And then we're here.
There we are.
Did you start with a silhouette color palette or your personality first?
Well, I started with the adopt. And then when I was going through the design process, my designer and she said that we should start with a silhouette before we get anything done. And so she sent me like all these like cool silhouettes. I still have like the photos because she sent them with all of the PNG files of my design.
Yeah.
And we went through like, she gave me a list of like 8, and I said I kind of like the shape of these few together, and it just kind of turned into an amalgamation of everything that we both liked. It was input
Yeah.
from both sides, and it was something that I've never experienced before with a designer, because like she had such a heavy hand in my design as well, and so it's like
Yeah.
our baby together. And yeah, it's just something I cherish and I appreciate.
Yeah, freaking me and Annie. I talk about Annie all the time on stream and stuff like that. But whenever I saw Annie's adopt, which she had, it was a chipmunk originally. I will admit, live, it was a chipmunk at first, but
Chipmunk,
it was
points finger at you.
it was a chipmunk at first, but I thought it would be cuter as a squirrel because the tail just matched better to the squirrel's energy, and she kind of agreed with me as well in that regard. When it came to squirrel adopt, when I got it from her, I was just like, this reminds me so much of Tanuki design I had years ago. where I kind of graduated
Mhm.
the agency I was in, and then kind of just did my own thing for a couple of months back. I was like, oh, it has a lot of the same features. It has the same like kind of like outfit look, but then it had like something that the other design didn't have before. And she even pointed it out too when I showed the old design and then like had it next to the like chipmunk design. She was like, "Oh, I can definitely see the similarities because they both had cardigans, they both had sweaters, they
Mhm.
both had skirts, they both had the shoes, and
The
like
comfy vibe.
yes, the comfy vibe." And then well, and then back to like the character backstory as well. I was like, "So how do I like stick to the autumn all year round? Like how how do I have autumn all year round?" So I was like, "Oh, well, she's trapped in the burrow that's forever, just forever autumn. Like the season never changes. So like once you step into the burrow, you're like trapped in autumn. Keep up those."
Mhm. Yeah, I was gonna say I really love the squirrel. I think it fits you. I think it gives callbacks to your roots. And I remember we talked about this like a
Yeah.
long time ago when you first approached me and you were like, "This is what I want to do."
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, "Go for it, please! I love it. I love the squirrel. It's so
Yes.
you."
Yes.
Because
That
you just yap 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 yap.
yap yap. I'm a yapper. Funny, I have a podcast for a reason.
Oh my god,
Oh my gosh,
crazy!
crazy. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to questions more about visual aspects of the design. So,
Mhm.
why did you choose your model's color scheme, and why specifically the color that you chose?
Well, originally the adopt was just all like creams and browns, and I thought that it was kind of too samey, and I yellow's my favorite color.
Yeah.
So I kind of went through this like yellow phase when I was going through all these different like designers, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's going to be mostly like yellow and it's going to be nice." But then when I looked at it, and I don't know if it was the kind of artists that I was working with, or maybe I wasn't clear enough in my expectations. Maybe I didn't give them enough feedback back and forth. I mean, I'll take that fault of my own, but it was just too yellow and
Yeah.
too samey. And I was trying to incorporate all these like ideas from the adopt and from what I really wanted until when my designer and I were working on this, she put together, 'cause I told her kind of what I wanted color wise. I told her what I liked about these other artists' work that I was working with, and it just came about naturally. You have the vision of a cream puff because
Yeah.
there is that creamy color, and she really made a point. She gave me two options. One of them was like just a regular cream color, and then this new version was like a burnt, not burnt, but like a toasted, like perfectly golden brown cream puff. And I was like, I want that, I want that, that looks good. Please give me the shading.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then we were both talking about just the different aspects of what a cream puff would look like. And a lot of cream puffs have like chocolate covered on them, like chocolate toppings. And then yeah, I just naturally pink came into the mix as well because, pink and cream and brown,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of blue with the eyeballs. Originally I was going to do pink eyeballs. But then I just thought it was kind of too much. It needs that stark contrast of that
Yeah, it
blue.
needs that bright, like the bright contrast where you're just like you have one singular color of this one color, and then everything else
Mhm.
same.
Yeah, and I don't know if my model I mean my model itself right now doesn't really show it cuz this is not at all, well, I mean it's only somewhat accurate to
Yeah.
like what I was envisioning cuz obviously the customizable models don't have
Yeah.
exact options of what you want. But as close as I could, when I debut my new design and it's finished, there's a little bunny charm in the middle, and it's got like this bright cyan blue, which really breaks up the kind of cream color. Hmm.
Yeah, for me, I was like, well, autumn, like the colors are always red. Whenever you think fall, you
Yes.
think red. So obviously, I had to stick with red, but I was like, how can I make the reds look different where, I can, and not just a red light bulb like Christmas time. And that's when a lot of like the oranges and like yellows came into play with my eyes specifically, because originally in the original design the eyes were red, the clothes were red, the scarf had plaid on it, so it was kind of just perfect, like, okay, there's a little pop of a different color. And then like the hair's brown, so there's a little bit of brown in there, but there's not enough orange, there's not enough yellow. And so obviously that's when the leaves came into play and the eyeballs being like orange instead of red. Because obviously, like, if you look at me and you look at like having red eyes, that would just look weird.
Yeah.
it would just not work. So I think whenever we finally sat down, we were just like, all right, let's change the eye color to orange, yellow. It just kind of worked out.
Yeah, and I think definitely the little I think Nene did a great job with the little leaves in
The
your
little
eyeballs
maple
as
leaves.
well.
Yeah, the
Like the
high.
fallen leaves.
Yeah, obviously the people in the podcast won't be able to see it, but there's the highlight and the iridescent in the eyeball are maple leaf. And a lot of
Hmm.
people, when they've got first announced, said that I was Canadian. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. You have the little leaves right next to your little space buns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that we both have buns too. It's so
Yeah, we're
cute.
kind of matching. It's
Although
crazy.
I've got big buns and I can't lie. Just saying.
Speaking of buns, perfect segue. How did you decide the shape and proportions in your design? What inspired your cream puff hair buns? The big ones.
Yeah, they're so big. They're basically almost the size of my face. And when I get my actual like model, my model artist made them huge.
Yeah, freaking.
And at first they were way bigger. And
I
then I remember I told her, I was saying, I think we need to nerf those buns a little bit. They're a little too big.
nerf them.
But yeah, I mean, we went through a couple of different hairstyles, and space buns or just buns in general is something that I really gravitated towards. It's so recognizable in like a silhouette, I think, because like especially for me, I'll have my bunny ears and I'll have my buns. And if you end up not seeing just the silhouette, you'll see that they have like the chocolate on it with like the sprinkles
I
and
thought the sprinkles.
uh yeah, that was what my designer she gave when she was giving me all these different like outfits and stuff like that. She put that in there and I as one of the options. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, yes, because chocolate covered cream puff. That's
Yeah.
me." And yeah, it's just something that I liked from the original adopt that I kind of kept, and it just gives the visual of a cream puff in my opinion.
Because, like, whenever I think of cream puff, I'm always thinking of, like, going to the bakery as a kid. And then, like, because my mom would take me to the bakery on Sundays after church. Sorry, used to be
Mhm.
religious.
Why
But
are you apologizing?
she she would take me to this bakery that was like locally owned, and they would have a cream puff. Funny enough, it had chocolate and sprinkles, and they would make it specifically for me and my mom because they knew that we would show up. So they would have two like set aside in the back. So it's really funny now when I look at your design, I'm just like, oh, I'm a child again in the bakery.
Yeah, I did want to kind of bring the childlike whimsy to it as well because I do think I'm just one big giant kid. Funnily enough, I actually did also recently get some cream puffs from the bakery and they
That's
also had chocolate on them. I just pointed to it and I said, "That's me! Oh my gosh, I'm in the flesh."
seeing you out in public, that's like me seeing a squirrel. I'm like, hello, fellow brethren.
Like, that's me, that's me,
That's
that's
me,
me,
that's
that's
me.
me.
I was gonna say it's really funny to talk to my husband about like like the VTubing design and stuff like that. He's like, so you're a squirrel? I'm like, yeah. I yap a lot, so it makes sense. And he's like, so like do you like want to live with the squirrels? Like, I don't know. He's like trying to understand him. I don't know. I just like
That's a
squirrels.
reach.
I know.
That's definitely a reach.
You know what? Sure. In this economy, yes, I'll live with the
I mean,
squirrels.
it's free.
Yeah,
Free to live in a tree.
yeah. I can collect acorns. I mean, I got big hands compared to those squirrels, so I can carry a lot of acorns.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take all their nuts. They can't stop you. What are they gonna do? Maul you?
Yeah, yeah. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Alrighty. So, what design elements do you think should be iconic or instantly recognizable? This could be outfits, hairstyle, eyes, etc.
I think that number one, it has to come from the silhouette, so it has to be something that is not covered by a lot of like
Yeah.
hair. Because what I've seen before and what I've seen a lot of when VTuber first had their huge boom is that there were these ladies with just long hair and it would cover up their entire body. And it's like, I just can't see you. You just look like a blob,
Yeah.
And so first of all, you need to have a very recognizable silhouette, and that's kind of why my designer and we started with the silhouette, and then we went outward from that. Um, and it just needs to scream you,
Yeah.
whatever it is. It needs to scream you. For me, I think it's my hair buns. Um, I think, and my model's gonna have a bald toggle, so like if you take that away, like
It's gone.
that's the gimmick,
Yeah.
the hair buns. For some people it's their outfit, and they have like this really wide, like, I don't know, like a wing out or something like that, or like an asymmetrical like pauldron on their armor or something. It's it has to be something that is different than others, but something that is within the realm of also like possibility,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think yeah, like I know it's the smallest thing, but it's the sticks in my hair.
Really?
Cause if you look at any of the silhouettes that I have, you're able to see the sticks almost immediately. But then
Hmm.
because of my beret on my normal outfit, the leaves blend into the beret. So it looks like one
Yeah.
giant beret piece. But they see
Hmm.
the sticks and they're like, "Oh, that's Daylin," because I've literally watched it happen in real time. Like somebody
Yeah.
posted a silhouette of me, and they're like, "Oh, that's Daylin musical." I'm like, "How the fuck?" And they're just like, "Oh yeah, it's because of the sticks in your hair, the sticks in your tail." I'm like, "Oh, didn't even think about that." So it's something really small, but it's what people look at, and they're just like, "Oh, like the ageo, like the thing on the top of my head, like everybody
Oh, the
sees some
Ahagao?
yeah, like somebody has the same similar one, but you look at my hair buns on the side and you see the sticks and you're like, "Oh, this is this one specific VTuber because I know of this one specific VTuber who has that." So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and that's why I think like the large volume of my buns will definitely make
Oh
it
yeah.
recognizable no matter what.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And speaking of big balls, we got choices. Why did you decide on a 2D model instead of a 3D model?
Well, I feel like 3D, number one, it's a lot more expensive. Um, Originally I was gonna go with just a PNG, because I did sink a lot of time and money into my previous persona, and I didn't want to go forward with something until I knew I was set, because it kind of set me back money wise, and I didn't want to go through that again where I was stressing about money over the summer when I don't have work.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just 2D in general. For me, I just like the cartoony aspect of it. I mean, I love anime.
Hmm.
It brings me back to my joy of my childhood, and I feel like 3D while it does have a lot of capabilities and like, you can use your hands and like movement and everything like that. And there's like these 3D trackers and softwares and you can play around with the environment. Like some people are so creative with 3D. I just feel like I don't have the space or the time to sink my heart into it. I admire all 3D VTubers. They are amazing. I always see new ones doing crazy things. I just I don't think it's me. And plus, I don't think my computer could handle if I was running a 3D model,
That's fair.
to be honest. My
Mine
computer's
would
5 years old,
chugs.
6 years old at this point, and
Oh
it's
gosh.
just yeah.
Yeah, for me, like, I started 2D and then went 3D for, like, the VR chat stuff. Because, obviously, when you're in VR chat, you don't want to just have, like, if you're doing an event, you don't want just a random NPC model that somebody else can use. You're like, oh, it's me in VR chat. Hi. And, obviously, for me, like, seeing the side of the 3D, using the 3D, stuff like that, it's a lot more complicated than a lot of these VTubers look. Because I went cheap, which I don't really care, but I went cheap for my 3D because one of my friends has 3D missions open. So I was like, okay, let's get a 3D from them, like try it out, see
Mhm.
how I like it. And like obviously it has hand tracking, it's got full body tracking. Like I can do so much with just a webcam. It's crazy what you can do with like full body, like actually tracking everything. And then I see a lot of these
Oh,
people.
I'd be scared.
Yeah.
I'd be scared. I've seen the videos of people, like, going to the bathroom and, like, their
Oh
trackers are
yeah.
still working, so
Oh
you can
yeah.
see them go to the bathroom. That's
I think
wild
that's
to me.
funny. I think it's
I think it's funny, but it's also embarrassing.
that's true, yeah. Um but yeah, no, I think there's perks for both. But I guess in both of our cases we're to because we're able to be more
Yes.
expressive in that manner.
Yeah, I mean, you can be expressive in 3D, but you would need face tracking for that, and you would need that special, like, helmet type of thing for,
Oh
like, the
yeah.
face tracking, versus being actually in VR, which is I still don't know how it works, but you know what? 3D VTubers, go for it.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah. So back onto the topic of 2D, how did you decide on an artist and rigger for
Well, um, I'm gonna go back to the designer because the designer is somebody that I worked with once for
yeah.
my old persona. And I knew that if I wanted to change it up, I would need to have her design experience. And from that design, I was kind of hunting around for a model artist that was different than my previous one. Because my previous one, while I love them, didn't really fit the vibe of what I was going for here. So as I was shopping around on VGen, I kept coming across this one model artist. And I did commission them for a illustration. And I saw that and I had such a great time with that illustration. I thought they paid attention to detail and I kept seeing that one model art that they put on like their advertisement for it.
Yeah.
And I just kind of stared at it. I think I favorited it for a little bit and I would every so often I'd come back to my saved lists and I would just look at it and I'd be like, is this really the person that I want? Because there, I was shopping around for a few. I wanted it to be something unique, like a unique style that maybe only a few people had. But then, like some of those model artists were a little out of my price range,
Yeah.
and while I do admit and I believe in like paying for something
Oh yeah.
amazing, it wasn't I kind of wanted something soon. I know I said I didn't want to sink a lot of money and time into it, but I
Oh
wanted
yeah.
something soon. And uh this artist just happened to have a end of the year sale where the model art was 50% off.
Which is crazy.
And I know it's insane because even with the conversion rate, I was like, oh my gosh, this quality of art with the 50% off, I need to
Yeah.
grab this while it's hot.
Yeah.
And so I did. And the model artist is so lovely to work with. It's Nita-chan, Nita-chan on VGen. Amazing person to work with. Paying attention to so much detail, with sending me constant updates, asking me every step of the way what I thought. So shout out to you, Nita-chan. I'm so excited to be your model daughter. And then my rigger is the person who rigged my last model. Wow. And while we had like some bumps in the road with some of the uh like the gluing of things and stuff, like it wasn't that bad. Like I think, well, actually I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say that working with Sam has been a joy,
Yeah.
and he's also very communicative, and every step of the way, he just makes sure that I am happy with the work. And even then, every time I asked him to fix something, he was right on it and got it fixed in like a month.
Yeah.
Um, it's just I enjoy working with people who seem like they want to work with me.
Yeah.
The ones that are excited to work with me, the ones that really pay attention to my perspective
Yeah.
as the person who is going to be the owner of said model and rigging. And Nita-chan and Sam do both of that.
Yeah, I think for me, when it came to, because obviously I had this design. Like, okay, I have this
Hmm.
design. Now I need to find somebody who can draw and rig to, like match the same energy. So I think I was looking like a month after I got the adopt.
Hmm.
I was just like, I can't find anything. And then Rhea had come up to me and she was like, hey, my model mama just opened commissions again. You should check her out. I was like, huh, okay. And then I looked at the style that she had drawn, which is the model I'm using now. Like,
Hmm.
it just matched it so perfectly. And then obviously I was like, hey, whenever you do the rigging, can we make it bouncy? Like, can we make it move around a
Yeah.
lot? Can we like make it a little jiggly? Like nothing too crazy. I don't got a lot of boobs, so you don't gotta make
Yeah.
instant jiggle physics or anything like that. So like she really definitely listened when did the initial like work, and all of the outfits she has done for me, the alchemist design, now racer design, and then something happening for he, she's nailed it every time.
Uh-huh. I remember sorry, I yawned. I almost went to Nini as well because I
Yeah.
really loved your style of model. And I remember I was bugging you so often. I was
Yeah.
like, should I go to Nini? Should I go to Nini? Should I go to Nini?
Yeah.
And I eventually didn't, but it could have happened,
It
chat.
could
It
have.
could have
It
happened.
could have.
You know, we could have been full-blooded sisters
Could
for the
have. First
for the
time.
first time. Yeah.
Well, funny you say that. Did you ask for feedback from friends, and did you have any influence on your choices because of that?
I mean, girl, I messaged you every step of the way.
Yeah,
I Every color choice, every design choice, I went to you, and I went to Cap because
true.
Knight's Cap, he I appreciated his insight on branding. 'Cause I know, like, no offense, unlike you, he has that different perspective, you know?
Yeah, I've also been
You
staring
say
at
yes
you
to
for like
everything.
well, I've been also just friends with you and staring at your designs for like 5 years now. I'm just so used to one look from you, and then you're like, hey, I'm changing it. I'm
Mhm,
like, oh, yeah, it looks great,
mhm,
sweetie. Like I don't know what to say.
yeah. I also, oh god, the reason why I said one of my friends said I looked like Polka from Hollow Live, that was my FC lead, Quiet, and he's a
Oh
huge Hollow
goodness.
Live
Oh
fan. He
yeah,
watches Hollow JP all the time,
I'm sure.
and he was really instrumental in also helping me out. I would come to him sometimes when I was super excited, and I was like, "Hey, you want to see this?" And he kind of gave me some little feedback and tips that I then took into consideration as well.
Yeah, I think bringing up Knight's Cap again, he's definitely been a really help with even with this design here, kind of just being like, hey, this kind of looks iffy. This kind of looks samey. Let's
Hmm.
let's add this to change it up a little bit because originally the chest piece that I had was not going to be metallic. It was originally
Uh-huh.
going to be just like a leather piece on the top of
Like
my
black?
yeah. And he was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Well, now it's going to clash with your shirt. So how about we make it like metal and, have your, like have everything look metallic." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's cool." And that's how I kind of fed into
Yeah, I mean, I love I love the color scheme that you always pick. You always pick that nice deep red, and I'm like, oh, I
yes.
love that red color.
I
That's
love
such a
the
nice
red
red color.
too.
And I think bringing it back to like recognizable things, I definitely think the color that you put into your design is like not just you, but just in general, a person, whoever's listening, the
Yeah.
color that you put in, like your signature color, your Oshi color, if you
Oshi.
will. Um, I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it needs to be you. And you need to own that. And like I feel like if you stray too far, you get away from the whole idea in the first place. Like if you are all covered in black and white, you need black and white.
Yeah.
With maybe like small pops of color every so often to bring it up, but if that's your color, why change it? Why go to a different,
Exactly.
brighter color if like and then I see a lot of people with like rainbows in their design and like no offense to people who have rainbows, but rainbows are kind of getting like, oversaturated a little bit. You got to pick
Yeah.
a color.
Well, not only that too, but with I feel with like a lot of artists, like I don't draw, but I'm sure like trying to draw rainbow, like an exact color palette of rainbow that you have, that's gonna be a lot of work.
And also green screen, you need to have a color left out so that you have enough
Yeah.
for the green screen
It's just
or whatever
brown.
color
For
is
rainbow,
going to
it's
be.
just brown.
Is it?
Yeah, cuz in I believe chat in the comments down below, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the only colors that cannot be shown in the rainbow are gray, brown, and black. I think those are the only three colors that are not shown in.
Well, brown is technically just dark orange.
Yeah. Like I think like in an actual rainbow, when you like look outside and you look at a rainbow, you'll never see those three colors.
Well, yeah, because they're not in the light spectrum.
Yeah.
Let me go all science nerd for on a second. Like
Science
the light
nerd.
spectrum does not include for white, or I mean, it does include for white, but it doesn't include for black
Yeah.
or brown. You cannot do black or brown with light. It's just physically
Yeah.
impossible. Your eyes can't pick it up, and brown is just dark orange anyway, so it doesn't even show up as brown. It just shows up as
Yeah.
a dark orange. And even then, like brown is just a silly color, and like, why do we call it brown? Sorry, side rant over. It's
No.
not brown.
No. It's
It's
okay.
not
It's
brown, y'all.
okay.
It's
It's
not
not
brown.
brown. Next time
It's dark
on
orange.
my racer license, they put hair. I'm gonna put dark orange.
Yeah. I mean, not wrong.
Put dark orange, and they're not even gonna be able to question it. Not incorrect.
Yeah, I mean, I did see something somewhere where it was like someone was talking about color theory. It was part of like a Minecraft mod when I was playing on a server. And the whole mod pack in that like that I was playing on was all about color.
Hmm.
And it did talk about how we recognize these dark colors as like dark green, dark blue, dark whatever, but because we've gave brown a color name, it changes our perception of like what brown actually is, and it's
Yeah.
just dark orange, but because we call it brown, it's brown.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Oh, we're learning today. Yippee!
I know. Crazy.
So I guess I'm gonna ask this question first. But are you happy/excited with how your design turned?
Oh, I love every bit of it. I think that is I just look at it and it makes me happy. It's something that I've been wanting for and longing for a long time, and I didn't even know I did until I did it. Like that magical girl in the back of me, my little 6th grade self wanting to do magical do re mi on the playground with my
Yeah.
friends. it brings me, like I said earlier, it brings me back to childhood. It makes me super happy, and I every time I look at myself and I start streaming, or like I start looking at my design, I just a big smile crosses my face.
Oh,
I've just been so excited to work with it, and it makes me excited to see artists excited to work with it as well. And
yeah.
so I think that's how I know that I've succeeded with my design, is it makes artists say, "Oh my gosh, so cute." And
Yeah,
every time that I've commissioned something recently, they've just been like, "Oh my god, so cute."
yeah, I've been kind of the same way, but it's like weird how it happens. Because I won't like I love Artie Paws to death. They made my just chatting screen for the recent user debuted. And they did that like completely as a gift. I'm like, huh? Why? They're like, because I just thought your model was really cute, so I wanted to give it to you for free. And I
Aww.
was like, what the hell? And that's been happening so often. They're like, I love your design, so I made something. I'm like,
It's fan art.
it
It's fan
is.
art.
And I'm not used to it. I'm not used to the fan art. I'm not used to like literally the other day somebody being like, you're my Oshi. They literally have only been a viewer of mine for 2 weeks. And they're like, you're
Mhm.
my Oshi. They put me on a model. Like,
Yeah, we
that made
talked
me
about that. We
cry.
did.
That literally made me cry. I was laying in my bed, just like crying because I was just like, somebody who's been watching me for 2 weeks likes my design and likes what I do so much that, you know, they're okay like putting me on a model that they're paying for that I didn't even know was happening. It's wild. And then obviously Anyfo
Mhm.
is the original creator of the Adopt. And every time I'm like, hey, I have this crazy art idea. Hear me out. And they're like, bet, done. Like
Mhm.
I love artists when they're like that, when they're like, you know what? Bet. And I'm gonna add this extra little sparkle of mine over here.
Like, yes, I support you.
Yes, it's crazy. And I guess now, do you have any future plans for your design? Anything like other than
Yeah, I mean, the initial time that I worked with this designer was a outfit for my previous model, my previous persona, and I kind of want to keep that design because I thought it was super cute, and it kind of still fits with chiffon.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to my designer about this, I was like, "I'm so sad I don't get to use this design." And she said, "You know what? Call it Angel Food Cake." And there you go.
I didn't
So
even think about that.
So, Angel Food Cake's coming. I also have Sweets Queen or Sweets Princess as an idea. So I there are many ideas floating around in my brain that I could be working with, but definitely Angel Food Cake is first.
I know I know at some point, don't know how it's gonna happen, but I want to do a maid design outfit, and
Going back to your roots.
back to the roots, yeah. But I also want also another going back to the roots, but I want to do an Egyptian outfit at some like
Really?
not going back to like Cleopatra Egyptian, but like kind of keeping it themed with the Vtuber, but having little
Mhm.
sprinkles of something from a
Like
certain
modern.
yes, sprinkles from something from a certain game that
Oh my
like
god.
memory that came out like
Oh my god.
super super recently.
Yeah. We all know you're lad simp, you're
Hey,
Zane
hey,
simp,
hey,
okay? We all
hey,
know
hey,
that.
hey, you have no room to talk.
What do you mean?
Ma'am, I literally
Ask
have
me when the last time I logged on, lads. Ask me.
probably not for a while because you've been too obsessed with
It's not even the GTA, it's other things. But yeah, it's been
yeah.
raiding, but just still.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so that's the plans. That's plans. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, there's
but
just so much potential and so much excitement
oh
in a new
yeah.
design.
Oh yeah. Let's say you get that like, you know, you open up VTube soon and you're like, ee! Christmas.
Yeah. My only advice to like people who are looking to potentially reband or create their design is that you need to be happy with it because the model is just the vehicle for you. And if you're not happy with your model, then it's not going to show when you stream. It's not going to show your personality. It's just not going to feel connected
Mhm.
to you. And I mean, obviously, it if you're going for branding and stuff like that, there are certain things and guidelines you probably need to think about, but ultimately, you. It needs to be you.
Well, that looks like all the questions I have for you today. Is there anything you want
Oh, great.
to advertise before we skedaddle?
Well, I stream every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I stream my raiding group on Final Fantasy. We are currently doing this new tier of Savage Raids. And every so often, you'll catch me on the Lodestar RP for GTA, which is ran by Btuber. And it's got really cool people, all from District V and other types of RP adventures around in the VTuber sphere. So check me out sometime. I'm Sunny Day.
Alrighty. Thank you everybody for
Why are you
joining.
laughing?
I'm not.
Hmm? Okay. You say that.
Anyways, thank you everybody so much for stopping by the podcast today. Next month we will be reading Reddit stories as I've be reading Reddit stories. I'm not gonna tell you the theme. You'll just have to come next episode to find out. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye
Shoo
bye.
shoo!